Hey, it's almost Christmas time, and if you haven't done something for yourself or somebody else for the gift-giving holiday that Christmas is, you should visit your local Arthur Murray Dance Studio, whether it's here in Virginia Beach or anywhere else in the world, and get themselves the gift. Get yourselves or them the gift that keeps on giving. That is what we call dancing.
I'm excited to talk about this today. Today is going to be an episode of Christmas and New Year's resolutions and all the things that come at this time of year. I'm excited to talk about it. Cool.
So let's get into it right now.
So, Taras, let's start off with you. It's been about a week since we were together. How is your MC voice? Last time we were on, it was almost 4 weeks since your surgery, and you were feeling like you were having some issues with your voice. How are you feeling, MC?
Well, welcome back to this episode of Life as a Dance. I don't know. I think it's getting better.
It's getting better.
I still get a little raspiness, but I was doing a little research on how to kind of get your voice back. And this one guy I was watching said that you need to do humming. So he was doing this. I don't know if you can hear that, but it was weird. I was playing it in my car and it was pretty loud. And this guy had a really thunderous voice. And it was cool. So I don't know. Maybe it sounds better. Do you think it sounds better?
I think it does. I didn't know if maybe it was video games and beer, because you had your first beer and you're sans a cane. So lots of things have been happening for you this past week.
Wait, say that again. My song is a cane?
No, sans without. He's speaking a different language. You are sans a cane, without a cane.
I'm sans without a cane?
S-A-N-S.
Sans without, what is that? I don't know what that is.
It means without.
It does?
Yeah. Do you want to look it up?
In what language? Do you all know what sans a cane is? Like, am I just the weird one that was like, what is she saying?
You should look it up.
We've been watching Ted Lasso, and there's a strong British accent. And, you know, for those of you who are in England or in Britain or in the United Kingdom, you all have very different accents. And I can say that with such confidence and without any offense, because we've taught Brits in the past, and they have also said that you could live in the neighboring village and have a completely different accent. So that is fact. That is true. Anyway, so going back to why did I bring that up? Because sans, I think are you on your phone right now looking that up?
I am. It says you can use sans in formal or literary situations as a more sophisticated or poetic alternative to the word. What did I say it was?
Sans.
What did I say it means?
Without.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she just said the key word right there, sophisticated. I'd like to seem to be sophisticated, but as she just started with saying that beer drinking and video game playing is not the most sophisticated, I suppose.
Well, it's fun. It's what guys do, right? Brings you joy. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about a little bit. Like, what is the meaning of Christmas? Like, what is the meaning of Christmas to you? We'd love to know. Write in the comments, because I think this is a topic that is, well, let's see what happens. Taras, what does Christmas mean to you?
So in the podcast of The Alpha Geek with Antoine, we're talking about Christmas the last couple episodes and saying that Christmas really brings back nostalgia. And I would have to say that that's what it still does. Remembering as a child and with your family that what was the Christmas traditions that you had. And ours being growing up in a Ukrainian household, we always waited for the old calendar Christmas, which was January 7th. But we did celebrate the new calendar Christmas as well. But as a child, it was about the gifts. So, yeah. Were you looking forward to the gifts?
Of course. Christmas I grew up in Maine, so, I remember years being times in my childhood that we were literally snowed in. And when I say snowed in, not like Virginia Beach where it might snow and we're going to cancel. Like literally snowed in where there was no distinct, you couldn't even find the road. We were like one of 5 houses on the end of a road that was over a mile long, surrounded by like forests and trees. And, but Christmas was like family and, just, yeah, toys. Oh my gosh. Toys were just, that was what it was about.
Getting the toys, getting the latest and greatest toys.
Well, just, you know, Santa Claus and leaving cookies for Santa and waking up at the crack of dawn with my brothers and trying to convince my parents that they should get up so we could open gifts. But I think I really loved my stocking. Santa, Mom, Dad, would always bring the stocking into our bedroom. So when we woke up in the morning, I could feel it. We could always feel it. It was on the foot of our bed. And that was pretty special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wendy still hangs the stockings above our fireplace and put oranges and fruit and like fruit. She puts fruits in them.
That's what my parents did.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's nostalgia.
Tradition, an orange and an apple.
Yeah. I was watching a time-lapse video of snowfall, and this must have been in a place like Maine or Vermont, where probably within, I would imagine it was a few hours, but the snow built up to the top of the house. So it was like a camera looking out on the door, and he just left the main door open and just left the glass screen door closed, and you could just see the snow piling up over, like right over the door. It was bananas. So I don't know if it was in the U.S. here, but that was crazy.
It probably was Maine because we had a 2-story house and the snow would get deep enough that we could literally jump off our porch. So lots of snow. But I think Christmas is just about time with family. We always, did you guys do anything on Christmas Eve? My parents, we'd either have it at our house or we'd go to either my Nana's house or my Meme's house. And it was always a Christmas Eve like celebration, like French food. And I remember like Christmas morning going tobogganing.
Ooh.
Yeah, ice skating. So really kind of like a Norman Rockwell. It was pretty special. Maine is special, but just Christmas is about family.
Yeah. Christmas Eve, I remember that we would watch movies. And back in the 80s, that opening logo when it was, I can't remember the sounds like, but anyway, when it was the classic claymation movies of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like with the heat miser and the cold miser, like those were our traditions.
I'm the dentist.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I might even look like I'm ready for Maine right now. I've got a hat on and I've got we could be twinning to Ross. We've got our 5'11".
Oh yeah. I don't have mine on though. I might go get it in a second.
Let's show the inside of it. It's like furry and it feels like you're just walking around in a blanket. We're not ashamed to go twinning.
No, it's cool. Like, especially with that one, they were on sale. I cannot resist a good sale from 511. It's good quality stuff. I like it. Wendy doesn't always like it because it's a little too, I don't want to say military, but it's a little too.
Not my style.
It's not glamorous. It's not sophisticated enough.
Maybe. But I did love this. But I must say, in a moment, you might see me without it because it's getting a little hot.
Yeah, I did turn the heat
with my Le Classique beanie, which is an awesome competition in Montreal that's hosted by Danielle Haru that we used to go to. And you want to talk about cold.
Yeah.
Montreal is like, you go outside and your eyeballs freeze.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's right in the heart of Montreal at the, I don't remember the hotel, but they have
the Bonaventure, right?
Yeah, the Hotel Bonaventure. And there's a pool outside and people will it's obviously a heated pool, but they'll be swimming in it. And it's
We did one year. Yeah.
I don't remember.
We are those people. It's fun.
Yeah.
But back to Christmas. Okay. So we talked about childhood.
Yeah.
And then of course, teenage years. We could just skip that.
Why?
Well, okay, let's talk about it. What was Christmas like when you were a teenager?
Same. I was still waiting for toys.
Really?
Like,
What kind of
yeah.
toys were you wanting as a teenager? Atari
Atari. Yeah, I was always waiting for
video game.
the inevitable Atari and never got it. I always loved doing models. Like that was my big thing, models and GI Joes. I actually, for those of you who grew up in the 80s, there's some things that we all had, because I don't know if it's because there was limited things that people could buy, but we all had kind of the same things, like the same dishware, the same blankets, the same there's a clock, an alarm clock. I actually got an alarm clock when I was a teenager that I saw somebody post on like my 80s Facebook group page that I followed that was the exact same alarm clock. And they're like, if you know what this is, then you had a great childhood. And it was like an 80s clock. But my favorite toy that I got as probably a teenager, like 13, 14, was a remote control helicopter that I was attached to a base. So there was like a base and there was like a rod attached to this helicopter and it would just go in a circle. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
You're so true. I bet we all had the same plate, like the white plate with like the flowers.
The blue flower in
the
that.
blue flowers, or like that yellowish, I don't know, kind of color.
The Kool-Aid container, that plastic Kool-Aid container.
There wasn't as much variety then.
No.
It's like simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think things were better.
It's because China wasn't making everything just yet. So
True.
we were limited in production.
True.
Now we just now whatever you want you can get.
You know, thinking about Christmas as a teenage, well, maybe like junior high, I think one of my favorite Christmas, my mom did most of the shopping for us because my dad, you know, he was working and we were blessed to have my mom be a stay-at-home mom, and she did a lot of volunteer work. But I remember one year, not that it only happened one year because my dad got us gifts too, but there was this one year that apparently my dad went to the mall and he got me a bunch of stuff for dancing, like leg warmers and like tights and leotards and stuff for my hair. And I remember just thinking how incredibly amazing and special that was that my dad got that and picked all of that out. Just imagining him like in the mall in the crazy mayhem of getting that stuff for me. I still remember that to this day.
Do you still have it?
No. I wish, but I think I just wore it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I mean, I think my teenage years still in high school would have probably been like clothes and dance apparel was the stuff that I was asking for. And music. Oh my gosh. Remember when you had to buy music? Like if you
That's
wanted
right.
an album, you couldn't just pull out a computer. You had to go buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prince.
That's true. That's true. Albums, vinyl. I still like records.
Yeah.
I
There's
still like the
something
idea
really
of records.
cool.
We have a Christmas album, the Nat King Cole, the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting an Open Fire, like playing
My
that,
favorites.
putting that vinyl on that record player and
Just
playing
hearing
it.
When you put it.
Yep,
Remember 8-tracks?
I do.
Those were crazy.
Did you have an 8-track player in your car?
I mean, in my parents' car?
In a car,
In
yeah.
a car? I don't remember.
We were talking about cars. I don't know if it was last week.
You and
But-
Antoine?
No, we were. Remember? We were talking about, I think it was with one of my students during lesson. There's on the floorboard back in the 80s, I remember the first car I learned how to drive on, which was a 70, for those guys who are listening to this, and girls, if you're into cars, I think it was a 76 Chevy Nova. Nova, like the design of those, the late 70s Nova.
Oh. Yeah, we
There-
were talking about it.
On the floor, there were several things on the floor. There was a button all the way to the left that you would press, and that was how you would change your high beams and low beams.
I don't think I remember. I don't think I was driving. I remember you talking about this. I don't remember this. This must have been before my time on the road.
Maybe. Well, I did. I have a story about driving that I don't know if I should share. But there was the button on the left and then of course you have the brake. Now I didn't learn now these were all automatics. I didn't learn how to drive a standard or a stick until Wendy over here taught me.
Yeah.
She taught me how to drive a stick. And then you had the brake, the gas pedal. Of course, there was the clutch. And then the emergency brake pedal was all the way, or was the high beam all the way to the right? I don't remember. I just remember there was that button on the floor that you would press.
It's funny. Anytime we do these, we have a topic and then we go down a side road, which is fun. How old were you when you started driving? Like officially got your license?
I officially got my license when I could get it myself. I don't remember how old that was. But yeah.
Were you still in high school? Were you driving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't in a rush. I don't know why. Like I had an older brother who drove like a crazy person. And then I had a twin brother and he just drove. And I think he just was absolutely not okay with us showing up. We had a station wagon that my parents let us have called the War Wagon. And my twin brother was not having any of the idea of me driving up to high school with him in the passenger side.
I bet.
So I don't think I was in a rush. I don't know was I driving? I don't think I was. I can't remember, but I just know I wasn't driving my brother to school.
Yeah, I would imagine.
He wasn't having that.
Yeah. But of course I had to learn how to drive. I had to drive myself to dance class and I had to become the ballroom dancer that I am today. Even though it wasn't ballroom dancing, it was ballet and Ukrainian folk dancing.
Yeah, I think I was driving probably like maybe my senior year. Yeah.
But like we started the episode off, when it comes to gift giving, as we get older, we're thinking that we would probably go into the idea of it's no longer about gifts, but it's about experiences. Gifts are cool too. I mean, Wendy, I have absolutely no problem if you decide that you want to get me another guitar. I have no issues with that.
No.
And there is a really great place. If anybody's interested in purchasing any musical gear, go see my buddy Kurt. If you live in Rochester, New York, the store is called House of Guitars. It is the greatest music store in the planet. And it was the greatest music store ever. B, it's my first job I ever had. Legit job that I ever had for a long time.
Well, this could be another side story.
Of what guitar you should get me for Christmas?
Well, why? Because you have so many that you don't play and some that our house has just guitar cases everywhere with guitars that you don't play. So why would you need another one?
She just doesn't understand. It's almost like saying that you don't need shoes. Like why like get another pair of shoes?
But they're displayed so beautifully in my closet. So anytime I go in there, I look at them and go, oh, but you're right, because things have changed. Just like what we used to get each other when we were younger for Christmas. And now I rarely want to put anything on my feet but sneakers or boots.
Which I did get her all these nice boots.
Yeah, they're my favorite. Sorry, you go. I was going to say, let's talk about when we first started dating, how crazy we would go at Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, it just seemed like there was an endless supply of things that we could buy each other. I mean, I remember one year I bought you so much clothes.
Yeah.
From Express. It was like box after box after box. It was so easy. But now I think as we're older, well, I won't say we, for me, it just Christmas doesn't feel like it's about material things. It's about experiences and going back to dance lessons. I mean, I think that's such a gift to give someone.
Yep.
Like experiences, the things that I need, I would just buy for myself, or the things that I really would like, no one would buy for me. I'd like a house, or a new bed or something like that you just wouldn't be like, hey, Mom, Dad, could you buy us a house? No.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
We'll eventually get one at some point.
We will. We will.
What about you? What are your thoughts about that?
No, I agree. Like doing experiences, like traveling. We were mentioning going to Vegas, the Sphere. The new Sphere looks freaking so cool. And U2 is playing in it right now. Not that I'm so into like seeing U2, although it might, if they stop playing, I'll regret it. But I just want to go experience the Sphere. It looks so cool. If anybody's been to the Sphere so far, put some comments and make some comments. Like write us down. Let us know.
Someone listening in just heard you say, not that you're that into U2, and just literally just turned us off.
Probably.
It was like done.
Well,
I would love to see U2. I think that would be epic. I mean, they're our generation. I mean, iconic. I think I heard that Beyonce is going to be the next act. Is that true?
Oh, really? I don't know.
I could be mistaken, but I thought I saw something like that.
I don't know anything about it. But seeing U2 at the Sphere, I'm totally into. As long as you keep listening to our channel and clicking, liking, and subscribing, we can report back and tell you how the show was.
Well, you just lost all U2 fans.
No. I didn't say I don't like them. I just said I'm not that into them.
So who would be like the act or band, if they were there, you would be like buying tickets now? Who would be just like, you would just go out of your mind? You'd be so
at
excited.
The Sphere?
Mm-hmm.
Well, U2, I mean, yeah, of course I would go see. I would love to buy tickets to go see U2 in the Sphere. That's like a perfect band to start it off. All I'm saying
I'm
is
asking what band?
Pink Floyd. Like that would be an amazing experience in the Sphere. Like,
are they still around?
Yes.
Pink Floyd.
Well, David Gilmour and Roger Waters no longer are together, but David Gilmour still is Pink Floyd. Roger Waters, he's the original voice of Pink Floyd, but David Gilmour is the music that supports all of that.
I can't say I'd be excited about Pink Floyd.
Well,
we just lost all Pink Floyd listeners too.
Who would you want to go see in the Sphere?
Gosh, I don't know. Like I saw something when I was in my 20s that was probably the most amazing. It's hard to beat. I saw the Three Tenors, one of their last, Pavarotti, Domingo. That was like, I don't even know. I can't even put into words what that was.
But that would be
experience was like. So I don't know. Acts. I don't know.
So here's the thing about the Sphere.
You too?
Here's the thing about the Sphere. It is an amazing arena that has the visual or the visual production that no other arena has. So to go see, like, let's say the Three Tenors, it would be amazing to hear them, but would you need to do that in the Sphere?
No, I wouldn't say that. I guess I wasn't saying that in respect to the Sphere. That would be really weird. I think just amazing musical experience. So yeah, I appreciate your point. So something visual. So I understand the Pink Floyd now because it'd be trippy.
It'd be so trippy. It'd be so trippy.
I think who would have been cool, sadly, is not around.
Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah. But even Prince, like,
Michael
I don't know.
Jackson.
It's like the Sphere would have to have a band that, like Pink Floyd, like you go there because of the visuals that they had that supported the albums that they came out with. So there was always, and even
Queen.
Dark Side of the Moon had, when they went on tour and doing that, they had this huge light show that was incredible. So what was Jared Leto? Who's that band that,
his band?
Yeah.
30 Seconds to Mars.
So they seem to be that they could probably have a good visual show.
Probably.
Anthem like type music.
I saw The Who years ago. That would have probably
The Who would be good.
Mm-hmm. When you asked, I was trying to think of like music I'd be excited about. I can't say, but that was cool when I saw that.
Yeah, there's bands that I would want to go see that I would just want to just be in a small club that's really intimate so you could really appreciate their music. And then there's music that I would want, it'd be the whole thing that the Sphere would be able to support. No.
So experiences, so
Mm-hmm.
sphere, traveling. Those are ideas for our Christmas gift to each other
Yeah.
versus just trying to find things to buy each other
Yeah.
that we could already.
Guitars.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to buy me a new guitar, I'm down for it. But seriously, going back into like experiences and dancing, one of the things that we have a lot of people, originally people, why they learn to dance is for a reason, an occasion, or something that's coming up there, like whether it's a wedding, a party, or a Christmas gift, or for New Year's. Learning to dance for yourself or with a partner is a gift that will always keep giving back all the time, because it's one of those things that you can take with you anywhere. And the story I'd like to share with you all is, because we have the skill to be able to dance anywhere, anytime. Now that I have my hip replaced, we can actually start dancing, and hopefully we'll be putting up content of us maybe working on our dancing again.
Whoa.
But we were in a Rondequoit Mall in Rochester, New York. Now the mall has now been shut down, but during Christmas time, what do they play in the malls? Christmas music.
It was such a pretty mall too.
Mm-hmm. So we would hear a waltz come on, the Christmas waltz. And wait, was it the Christmas waltz? I feel like it was. And we were dancing through the mall. How cool is that? I mean, we have that ability. Wouldn't you love to have that ability to be able to dance anywhere at any time, and to have the confidence not to care if anybody's watching? If anything, you want people to watch, because what does dancing do? Dancing brings a smile onto people's faces. And this is the season where people want to feel good and smile. And so that's my thoughts on it.
I think it's the other thing that's amazing about dancing is it's a timeless gift.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, whether you're, a child or a teenager or an adult, like sometimes the material things, it's exciting that day. You use it, you wear it, you play with it, and then it's done. Where dancing is a gift that is not just for Christmas time, it's for all the time. And it's something that continues to get better and better the more you do it, the more you use it. It's a gift you can share with other people.
Yeah.
I think some of the best things that we can do this time of year is a gift of health. And, and that's a whole other topic. For me, this whole like New Year's resolution. I mean, why don't I try to live my life like all year round? It's like, the mad rush, everyone like New Year's resolution, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to work out. And I would be so curious statistically how many gyms get how the numbers increase so much in like January and February and how it trickles off. I think the cool thing about dancing is that people don't get excited about exercise.
Yeah.
And so if you can find an activity that you're still getting a physical benefit, but doesn't feel like you're just going to get on a treadmill and you're just working out and it's something that you don't look forward to, I think that has tremendous, tremendous appeal to people because it's good for the mind, body, and soul.
Yeah. Best of Intentions probably sells a lot of gift certificates, especially for gyms. People have this idea is I'm going to change my life in the new year, and the intention is there, and then you have this offer, and how many of those gift certificates don't get actually used? Whereas learning to dance, buying yourself dance lessons, and really dance lessons, how many students do we have that have come in over the years that have said, I wish I had only done this earlier?
Almost everyone.
Almost everybody. Yep.
And we know, I mean, it's what we do. It's our craft. It's our life. And I know that dancing can seem scary, like the feeling vulnerable of I'm going to go in there. I don't know anything, man or woman, whether you're just doing it, planning for an event. But I think in life, like you just have to take chances and you have to take risks. And I think in my life or experiences, some of the things that I've done in that regard have been some of the best things I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you have to just take a chance and just have faith that the payoff is going to be worth it.
Yeah. 2 nights ago was Friday night. We had our Christmas ball, our Christmas showcase, little spotlight party. And all the students brought a dish. But one of the cool things that I think that the studio offers, our studio specifically, because I can only speak from that experience, is that so many people that come in, and we had a lot of first-time performers, would have never met any of the other people in their lives unless they came to the studio. We had couples talking with other, like, people were just mingling and talking from different lives, like, and it's really, really special to see people just develop these relationships and these friendships. And there's some of them develop lifelong friends, even once whether they move, we have one of our students, Rika, who moved to another state and is still friends with, and close friends with, Helen and Liz that are here still in Virginia Beach. And she makes an effort to come up and see him. She's invited him to her wedding, and they would have never met if it wasn't for the studio.
So close that they all went to Italy together.
Yeah, that's right.
And, that's, as you said, I mean, that means so much as owners of something that we've sacrificed so much to build here, that we have created an environment where people going through either great times or hard times can meet people and establish these beautiful relationships that are lifelong. Like, there's no doubt they will be friends. I mean, they're all still dancing. Yay.
Yeah.
But I know they'll be friends for forever.
Yeah.
And that's pretty awesome. So if you're out there and you're thinking about dance lessons, there's so much more to it than just learning the art of dance. It's about how it can change your life and open new doors and bring new people in and have new experiences. And really, I think just discovering things about yourself that maybe, not just maybe, that you didn't even know. I mean, we had people on Friday night perform for the very first time. They had no idea what they were getting into. And they were just like, that was so much fun. And who wakes up one morning and says, I'm going to, put on a costume and I'm going to dance in front of a group of people. Yep. I just think that's, I think it's therapy in its own way, actually.
Yeah. One of our students, Bill, Dr. Marshall, I think we mentioned this in a previous episode, but he talked about, as kids, you have recess or playtime, but as you grow up, you don't. And he's like, that you can't lose that. And this is almost like going back to your childhood, and learning to dance is more than just doing the steps on the dance floor or dancing with your partner. But we did a previous episode about dressing up, just dressing up and playing, but playing is fun. Mm-hmm. Why do we stop playing as adults? Why do we take ourselves too seriously?
Yep.
Everyone gets really mad.
And just having something to look forward to. I think, so often people are just, lost in the 9 to 5 or whatever it is. And just that, just getting into a routine. And routines can be good, but I think routines can also be boring and unsatisfying. And I think we create an environment where dancing, it's not the same. It's never the same. And that's the goal, is to always to create an experience, a new experience for people, even if they've only been with us a few months, to people who have been dancing with us for 14 years. What else can we open in this treasure chest of dance? Yeah, seriously. I think it'd be really cool. And I did talk to Helen months ago when we first started building out this podcast room, and to hear her story, she would be it'd be really cool just to have some of our students come in here and just kind of lay it out for YouTube or Spotify for all of you to listen and see what their journeys were like. Because it's one thing for us to talk about it, but it's a whole other thing to hear it from the horse's mouth, as they say. It's like wherever you are in your journey of life. Like one of our former staff, adorable, I mean, young and just embarking on this new journey of auditioning and just excited about everything and having people just, you know, telling her about her potential. And, you know, as you get older, sometimes, a lot of the time, it's like all of a sudden it's like that part of you is gone, and people can feel like, what's left for me? You know, maybe they've raised children, they've been married, and it's really so just incredible to be able to have an activity or something that we provide where you can still, whether someone is 18 years old, 30 years old, 50 or 80, to still help them see that there's potential, that you can unlock potential in people no matter what their age, that there is still so much to look forward to.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, you can't put a price on that.
Yeah. I wonder if it, like, people coming in here learning how to dance, you mentioned taking a chance, taking risks, feeling like learning to dance is getting people out of their comfort zone. Like when we were kids, we were growing up, you were impressionable. You were still trying to find yourself. You were learning, like, you had to figure out who you were going to be. So you were experimenting with all these different things, and whether it's sports or scholastics or social groups, you were just trying to find yourself. And like, once you get in a job and you get kind of like, you just literally just said it, you get in this routine.
It's like autopilot.
Holy cow. Like learning dance, that's like shakes you up like crazy. And you totally like, it's totally different. So good job. You're so smart.
No, it's like, just, you know, sometimes even for, you know, let's be completely transparent, even for us, like going through these different chapters in our life of marriage of 20 years and competitive dancing. And then, you know, that's not there. I don't like to use the word retire because we didn't like, we're retiring. It just kind of happened. But it's like how to continually feel hopeful and motivated and excited about life and every chapter, whatever it is, versus looking at what you don't have, you know, or what didn't happen. Or so those things I think that the studio provides. And I think even maybe sometimes our students might be like, whoa, they're always, you know, always telling me, let's do this. But I think that's the beauty of what we do, is just like, there's always something.
100%.
There's always something. And I would never want our students to feel like it's routine and no, it's just it's, you know, even if that's the only part of their life is when their dance life, their dance studio life, where they feel that excitement and motivation and feeling invincible, I want to be that for them.
Yeah. Going back to the retirement thing, that could be a whole separate conversation. But back when we were competing, I don't think they do it as much anymore. Couples would retire from competitive dancing. Like they would have these retirement dances, and they were never like champions. That was always like an interesting thing. Like, we're going to retire from our competitive dancing and let's celebrate that we were finalists. Like they weren't just like people who weren't in the finals. So, but I don't know. I know that's not really today's topic, but
you could save that for another episode.
Man, Todd and I, like, that should be a conversation for Todd and I, like, on all about ballroom dancing. I know. Well, like, so we have, just to do a little plug about the 3 podcasts that we've been doing. Of course, Life as a Dance is one that we really want people to click like and subscribe with. If you're on YouTube, on Spotify, follow us on Spotify, add it to your playlist. But also there's another one all about ballroom dancing. And it was with Todd Combs and I, and we probably did like 5 episodes and then we gave up on it. It was pre-COVID and just things happen.
Life
happens. But maybe we should get that rolling again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We've kind of talked about a lot of random stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say, in conclusion, getting closer to the conclusion, I would encourage anyone out there to just lose that wait. I'll wait until wait. And I'm not saying I've not done that, because I'm also totally responsible in respect to doing that. But I think this whole waiting game of like, I'll wait until it's January 1st. I'll wait until, timing is perfect, or I'll wait until it's just do it. Just do it. If you're out there and, we've talked about dancing, obviously, our position on that, but whatever it is, do you think I was ready to box?
No. Yeah.
I had no idea what I was getting into. I wanted to find something for Taras. He had done Pilates and recovery in 2019. I knew he was just starving to do something. I've always been kind of the workout gym person. I wanted to see if I could find something that he would be motivated by. So when Rockbox reached out to me, because they saw me, I think probably plugging other gyms that we'd been going to, I was super nervous. I was excited though. I guess, I like doing different things. So don't wait. Christmas is next week. New Year's is the following. I encourage you, if you have something you've been thinking about, do it this week.
Yeah.
Call that gym, call that dance studio, whatever it is. If you're not taking chances, or, what's that saying? If it doesn't scare you, it's not, you're not living. So do something today that scares you.
Yeah. So if you're in the Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads area and you want to check out the Arthur Murray Dance Studio, give us a call, shoot us a text at 757-431-0177. You could also visit our website, cutterug.net. Once again, that's cutterug.net. So till next time.
Yeah. There's a book out there that's kind of on this, and it's kind of a bad word, but it's like, screw it, just do it. Just do it.
So on that note, are we finishing there, or did you want to say any last parting words? I felt like I tried to close it up, and you wanted a little bit more.
The book just came to my mind, and there was an awkward pause because I was like, should I say the word? And then I just was like,
I don't think it's a bad word.
I don't think. Do it. Do it. But parting words, I think just, if we don't get back on, we wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
Take your first step. Get out and dance.